Steve and I met in 7th grade art class. Actually, it was Mrs. Ackland's class over in the pottery section, and he asked me to be his girlfriend, and we had this hot romance that lasted about a week until his best friend called me and told me that Steve was ready to move on to, bigger and better things. So we didn't actually hook up until later when we were sophomores in high school.
And then in high school, I finally realized that I was not that smart at 12 years of age. And I came to my senses, and we started dating through high school and through college, and at 21 years of age, we got married and began to start a family.
Well, Steve and I did get married, and we were really excited about being together and setting towards our future. We had a lot of goals and ambitions we were excited about, and we thought professional football would be the vehicle to get us where we wanted to be. But we came to realize after he got cut that we had all these great ambitions and all these wonderful goals for our life, but no way to accomplish them.
It was very disheartening not being a pro football player, a dream I had since I was a 5-year-old boy. And then I started working in the real world, and then this business came into our life. And what I got so excited about was there was example after example of people who had developed and created an uncommon freedom, where they had time, they had money, they had security, all bundled into the same incredible business. And so I was awkward, I was scared, I didn't really have a clue on how to do it or how I could do it, being myself and who I am, but I kept learning, I kept growing, I kept changing through this great INA system. And after a while, I began to treat this business with the same degree of respect as I treated my full-time job. Not the same hours, but the same degree of respect and diligence. And in fact, what I had to do was, in my mind, make a career change, realizing this was my future, this was my life.
April 10th, 1992 was such an incredible day for us. It was the day that we can really truly reflect back and say that that was our freedom day. It was the day that Steve was able to quit his full-time occupation and come home as a full-time parent. As I look back at the time and effort and the seemingly really hard sacrifices that we thought we had to make to build this business and then to bring Steve home full-time as a full-time parent, it's really a joke when you think about it. To look now the way we live today and the sacrifices that we actually made to build this business do not even come close to compare to the incredible rewards that we live with today.
The price for freedom was hard for me to give into because I was working 50, 60, 70 hours a week, had a wonderful wife, wonderful kids growing up. How was I going to find time? Already working a busy schedule, trying to make ends meet, trying to be the supporter financially, trying to be the supporter emotionally for my family. How am I now going to find time to do something else? And what I've learned about this is if I didn't do something else, I was always going to be giving them the crumbs, what was left of me, because I was giving everything I had, and you can only do that for so long. And so what we began to do was begin diligent, begin committed to building this business, putting our family before this business, but making time to build it like we would anything else that's important to us in our life. And after a 3-year period of time of diligent work and effort, that 50, 60, 70 hours a week that I used to give to another company, I now was able to give it to my wife and kids. It no longer was crumbs. It was everything that I had of me, they had of me. And that's the best thing about it. Freedom is not worrying about time or money. freedom is giving the time and effort and commitment you have inside to the people who mean the most to you in your life. And that's what we've got, and that's what you can have too.
From British Columbia, Canada, it's the Diamond Ladies World Tour!
Welcome to the Empress Diamond Ladies. All right, it's just welcome, Diamond Ladies to the Empress Hotel. Welcome. All right. Welcome to the Empress, Diamond Ladies. Oh, sure, yeah. Well, you know, it's a little warm here. Welcome to the Empress, Diamond Ladies. With the
They're big.
All right, they're big.
Really?
Welcome to the Empress, Diamond Ladies.
Empress.
Now we got it.
You're getting it now.
With the what? So it's welcome. Welcome to the Empress. Welcome to the Empress, Diamond Ladies.
Excellent.
All right.
Hi everybody, here we are in Maui, 1998 Emerald Club, just kind of winding down from a week of just unbelievable time, just being together as leaders and having fun on the beach, and probably the greatest weather I think we've had in Maui in years. And just want to spend a few minutes with you this afternoon kind of revisiting some of the things we've talked about on a tape that went out a few months ago called Mo Depth. And I've had an opportunity now to travel all over the country and to meet with a bunch of you, and a lot of you have come up, and I really feel honored as you've thanked me for that tape and said it's really made a difference in your business, and that's kind of why we put it out. And in talking to each of you, each one of you have had different responses to it, and things that have seemed to really work well and other things you're not really sure about. And so I thought we could revisit this afternoon just a few of the things we talked about on that tape. Because I know that even in all the structure of the tape and the things that we've talked about and the degrees and the order of things to do, one of the greatest parts that we need to always deal with is the posture that we have when we are doing working depth and doing Mo Depth. And I know for all of you, you know the posture is taking charge of your business. And I know it's easier for some of us driver types than it is for some of the amiables to get to that line and really being willing to step up and take charge of our business when we do go on those follow-ups and those one-on-ones. But for many of you, you've also commented on some of you that aren't used to doing that you have begun to take charge, and you're beginning to see those legs grow in depth. And we know that profitability comes in width, and our degree of depth causes the longevity of our business. And for many of you, you're starting to build really strong, deep businesses. And even here at Emerald Club, that's one of the things we've been talking about, is just building strong businesses that are going to be here forever. Really, when you're gone, the businesses your children will be able to enjoy. So in revisiting some of the things, we got to remember what we talked about on the tape that was one of our strongest points, and that is when we start somebody new, if we don't have a list, we have a wholesale buyer. Remember that. We have a wholesale buyer when we don't have a list. And that if we're not seeing somebody new every day, that we're in management. And we got to remember that when we prospect, we book a meeting. When we do the plan, we book a meeting. When we do follow-ups, we book a meeting. When we go to a second look, we book a meeting. And when we do a house meeting, we book another meeting. We go to a seminar and rally, and we book another meeting. And when we're counseling with someone, we book another meeting. So one of the things I want to talk about again today is that original contact. We show the plan, we get back with someone, and immediately what do? We sit down and we make a list of names with them. Number one, we make a list of names. We put everybody we can on that list. We don't waste any time, and if they're not willing to give us a list and say we just kind of want to get in the business but we don't really want to give a list of names, they're what? A wholesale buyer. And that's important to know. And in that list of names, we put everybody we can on it. Then what do we do next? We show the plan for them. All right, that means if they won't make the phone calls, we make the phone calls. Pick up the phone, make that phone call, say, hey, look, just want to get together with you an hour, got something excited that we want to share with you. So secondly, we're going to what? Show the plan for them. Not expect them to show it. If somebody says to me, Craig, I can do it myself, I said, no, I need to work with you, I need to teach you, I need to show you how to do the plan, and you're going to see me do it, and we're going to get somebody sponsored for you. Because what's our goal again? Month in April, by May, we're one level deep in that group. One level with somebody we're working with, training, teaching, and one that we've shown the plan for and helped make that list with. Number three, we're going to sign them up. So I usually don't sign anybody up ever until number one, I got a list, right? Without a list, they're a wholesale buyer. And then secondly, I'm going to show the plan for them. Once I get 2 or 3 people interested in the business and somebody wants to sign up, then I can sign my personally sponsored person up. I've done sign-ups with 3 or 4 people at one time that are ready to get started in the business. After that, I'm going to set up a house meeting every other week in that leg. I'm going to make sure, boy, if I get you started in the business, show the plan for you, make your list of names. Every other week, I'm going to do a house meeting at your home, and it's going to give you an opportunity, what? To invite everybody you've been showing outside of my taproot leg, and then turn around, and I'm going to bring everybody I've worked with in that taproot leg. So every other week, we need to be on the board in that particular leg. And then point number 5 is we're going to train them. Right? Once a month, I'm going to bring together that whole leg. By then, there's people that you've shown the plan to. If you're my personally sponsored, people I've shown the plan to for you, people that are sitting on the fence, people that are interested, some that are already signed up or want to be in the business. And at the end of the month, I'm usually like to use a Saturday from 4 to 6 in the afternoon, and Carol and I will go in, and for 2 hours, we're going to train the 8 steps. We're going to get everybody there. I don't care if I got 3 people there, 5 people there, 8 people there. Doesn't really matter, but I'm going to give them all the same information. And those that want to step up and grow faster, then will have the opportunity to do that because they're getting the same information I'm getting. And so that's one of the main things we want to do is that once a month I'm going to bring the group together. And then monthly we've got our group that they scatter, right? We got one-on-ones going on. I'm working my taproot leg. I want to be 10 levels deep in 10 months in that leg, which will create a silver leg for me. Y'all remember on that application, that Amway application, what does it have? It has 10 spaces. By the time you wrote like that 10th name in, that's a silver leg for you. That leg breaks off and begins to qualify and get that 4% check. So I want to be 10 levels deep in 10 months. And the way I'm going to get there is I've got to be the trainer. I've got to be the one driving depth. Each level, each month, each new person, I create a list of names. For in April, I got a list of names. I show the plan. We sign up. House meeting, training meeting. May, I'm one more level deep. What do? Make a list of names. Show the plan for them. Sign them up in the business. Do a house meeting for them every other week. Train that group. By June, I'm one more level deep. I'm 3 levels deep. All those people are accountable to me monthly. And so what I've done is not only have I began to work the business, I've taken charge. I've got the posture. I'm the one making that business happen. I don't want to leave anything to chance. A lot of you make a mistake, and what's our major mistake? And a lot of you have told me this, well, I still think somebody can do it on their own. Even if they can do it on their own, you're not going to have them do it on their own because you're looking for that next level deep. And so realize that your responsibility is to see that leg grow. Your responsibility is to go 10 level deep in 10 months. If you're not there, it's only because you haven't jumped a level deep each month. You spent too much time in management because why? When we prospect, we book a meeting. When we do a plan, we book a meeting. When we do a follow-up, we book a meeting. When we do a second look, we book a meeting. All those things are times where we get somebody new in front of the plan. If we don't do that, we manage our business, which causes our business to stagnate. Businesses can't be managed. Businesses only grow when they're on the charge, on the move. And that means that by you building the depth in that leg, it begins to set the example for all of those around you. So remember, your responsibility as a leader, one more time, your names, you show the plan for them, you sign them up in the business, you do a house meeting for them every other week, you do a training meeting once a month, and then next is every single week they're counseling with you with accountability. Every single week you know what they're doing. Most of the new people I sponsor, I'm on the phone to them almost every single day as I'm getting them started in the business because I don't want to leave anything to chance. I give assignments, I give callbacks, and make sure that those assignments are being done. So that's point 6, is we counsel weekly, we create accountability weekly in that group. Then we know as our businesses begin to grow that we have 4 stages of a business. The first stage is what we've just been talking about. I'm going to do it for them. All right, if I sponsor you in the business, I'm going to do it for you. I'm going to show the plan for you. I'm going to prospect for you. I'm going to do training for you. I'm going to do the business for you in the beginning. But as I get people sponsored, I'm another level deep in your group, I'm going to do it with you now. In other words, we're doing it together. I'm not doing all the work for you. I'm doing a taproot leg, but now we're going to do it together. You're going to be out showing the plan. When I have my house meetings every other week, you can bring your people in and we'll do it together, but I'm no longer doing it just for you. We're doing it together. That's going to be the leg that's really on the grow, maybe a 4,000 leg. Now you're doing it with them. You're in there, but they're in there with you. Then next, the third stage of a business is you counsel and you train. And that usually probably for me is about an emerald leg. By the time a leg is an emerald leg, I'm going to be in there counseling their leaders, and then I'm going to be doing training meetings every now and then. Maybe every other month, every third month, I'm in there, and I'm training them on the bigger picture of the business, the attitude to go diamond, what it takes to build a real strong diamond ship. Looking at profitability at different levels in the business. So that's a stage 3 leg for me. A stage 4 leg is a diamond leg. Boy, that's the leg where you're just spending time with their leaders. Really, my stage 4 legs over here, I look at a Steve Stanley leg, a Tim Leitz leg, a Spike Turner leg. Those are stage 4 legs for me. And when I'm here in Hawaii, you know what I'm doing? I'm spending time with their emeralds. We're laying on the beach, having dinner last night with an emerald couple. That's the stage 4 leg. That's where we want to be. That's the dream leg for all of us. And so we can lay in the Caribbean and have all stage 4 legs. But I know if you're anything like me, I've got stage 1 legs right now. People we've just sponsored, and I'm doing it for them. And pretty soon I'm going to be doing it with them. And then pretty soon I'm going to be counseling and training in that group. But most of you mistake, and what you do is you jump over these stages sometimes. You got a stage 1 leg and you think it's a stage 2 leg, and you've skipped because you think they're competent enough to do it on their own. They're not. And so don't jump these stages in these legs. Sometimes we give away leadership too soon. Let them take leadership away from you. But realize that these stages take place one at a time, 1 through 4. You can't skip them. You can't jump over them. And the only way you're going to develop them strong and make it a strong business is as you look at each of them realistically. And that's why counseling upline is important. When I sit down with my people now, when I counsel from my Mo-Death tape, they've got their group drawn out. They show me what level they're dropping to each month, and then they tell me, what do you believe this leg is? Is it a stage 1 leg? Is it a stage 2 leg? And many times they'll come in and say, that's a stage 2 leg, and I'll say, wrong. That's still a stage 1 leg. You haven't got anybody yet you can work with. You're 1 level deep. You haven't hit that 2nd level. Until we can get a couple levels deep, that leg is still a stage 1 leg. And so I think the clarification we need to make as leaders, we need to be willing to be strong enough with our downline to tell them what that leg really is, and then be realistic ourselves of our business to know, hey, you know, it's not a stage 3 leg yet. You don't have a stage 3 leg, a counseling and training leg, really until you got an emerald leg. And I see many of you out there, you've got a leg at 4,000, you think they're a counsel and train leg. You only counsel the top of the leg, and you only go out there and do a training session every once in a while. Forget it. You're not going to have the depth you need. You're not going to create the security you need long term. So remember, the important part as we examine our business and evaluate our business, the important part is let's be honest with what we really have. Let's be honest with our upline about what we really have. Let's be willing to expose to our upline monthly. Here's my Franklin. Here's what I'm doing. You define it for me. You tell me what leg this is, what level it is, what stage it's in, and then tell me how to go to work. And if each one of you are willing to do that and step up and take responsibility for your businesses, I'm going to tell you right now, this is not going to be just a dream for you, this island of Maui. You're going to be sitting here with us on the beaches, having the dinner, spending time with the champions of this business. Because I'm going to tell you right now, INA has never been on a greater charge than it is this very moment. Moving to the year 2000 to where we'll do the FED weekend, one of us all together on that weekend, where we'll see brand new diamonds fill that stage. And every one of you sitting out there that are watching this video today, I don't care what level you're at in this business. We went diamond in 32 months from the day we started. Many of you have been in the business for a few months already. Any one of you that want to, that are listening to this tape, if you'll take that Mo-Depth tape, you'll take that 14 crucial days, and you'll put it to work, and you'll be willing to have the posture of stepping up and saying, I want to be in charge of my business. I'm not going to let anybody else be in charge. I'm going to be in charge of it until someone takes that away from me. If you're willing to do that, we're going to stand on that stage, and we're going to be handing your wife a beautiful bouquet of roses, and we're going to be sticking our hand out and say, welcome to the club. Because you guys have been willing to take charge for the last 30 months and build something so phenomenal and so wonderful that INA can never be stopped. And so we're looking forward to seeing you as we're out there and continuing to share together. But I'll tell you what, this is the island you need to be at, so come and join us at Emerald Club. And remember, Freedom 2000, you walk up the steps and you fill that stage with your spirit.